Greetings, ladies and gentlemen players. It is another Friday here in this July of 2020, and that makes another wonderful day for basics. But I'm a little sad. I tried to get a game over here on OGS, and I even pasted this for proof. I even pasted this in my Discord. After 34 minutes and 52 seconds of waiting for a game, I'm just giving up, and I'm gonna play on the ever so lovely Fox instead. Got a 1 down account here. I was trying to get 1 down games over on the OGS. It was requested by a couple of people. But yeah, I'm sorry. Those of you who want to see 1 down OGS basics games. I mean, how long are you supposed to wait for a game? I was approaching 40 minutes. So, forget that noise. Let's get a game here. 10:33, instant game. Instant games.
Start to play.
Alright, so we've got ourselves a game. Don't mind the fact that I'm blacking out my name. You guys understand why I'm blacking out the name. So yeah, I'm going to do 4-4 and 3-4 facing, then probably approach whatever this is. Apparently, that's actually exactly what I'm doing. I thought it was going to be a 4-4 stone, or maybe a 3-4 facing this way. Instead, they approach. That's fine. They can go ahead and do that. I'll back off. I don't see any reason to go all crazy here. I'll just play nice solid moves. Got myself a little bit of a pincer here. That's fantastic. Ooh, the Hane there. Not liking the Hane there. Okay. Now, normally, my response to this is to get aggressive. Number of times I've played this in my 5 and 6-down games. Ooh, this starts a fight. We can't play that. That is not in any way, shape, or form basic. No reason to go into a variation. You hit this, they go out here, and then you fight. I'll just jump out. It's fine. He'll have some 4th line territory. Alright, I'm officially confused. I guess he wants me to enclose him, so okay, I will. Alright, the man wants me to enclose, But he should have gone out to here, and I feel like this is worth mentioning. Even if he had, we would simply go ahead and push. He gets some 4th line territory. Might even push again for some more 4th line territory. But here is the problem, as you can clearly see on the top of the board. Although white has a little bit of territory, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 pieces of territory. Not bad, not bad. Top of the board has a stone over here, doesn't have a base. Stone over here, doesn't have a base. So you could then come back and be lazy and decide to just plop a pincer in the middle, no matter where he plays. You can find something to do, or you can commit to one or the other. And that would be just fine as well. From here, I would expect black to be able to have a relatively relaxing game throughout the remainder, because at the start of the game, you've got white either giving up one of these groups. That's going to be way more than, territory on the other side of the board. Or going to try to run them both out and probably be looking after them for most of the game, since neither of these two can live locally. So either way, I'm not really a fan of this kind of thing. It doesn't seem like a smart idea. Maybe if he had gone into here, and then not committed to the exchange in the corner, that way he can actually settle a group locally, that might be okay, but even then, I don't know about that. That seems still a mite weird. So yeah, 3-4 facing black in the beginning of the game. It's kind of tough to handle. Do I jump again, or do I 1 point? I don't know, it's weird, right? I play here and he could play there and then there. gonna extend just because I don't want to have to read this stuff out. Alright, he's settled on the second line. This is where this is. I feel like my shape here is good enough. Do I have to... I don't have to extend. I could extend. I should extend over here or grab an enclosure, though. Or I should play over here. I didn't even process the fact that he doesn't have a base. Tell you what, since he owes me a move up in here, and I've got enclosures and approaches, I'm just gonna chill. There. Got myself a base. There's so much that he has to do, I don't have to, like, really care, so I'm just not going to. He can't cut me. That is technically not Sente. Because let's say I play here, he cuts, I lose 2 stones, I got double approach in. I mean, that's just fine. That said, I will answer because that kills his stone off. If I Hane here, this group has a base, so we're completely prepared for what's going on here. So yeah, I'll just jump on out, make myself nice and solid. I don't really want to answer that. I guess I will. He can't cut me because he dies. Let's go ahead and make sure that we're nice and safe here. Not really trying to kill the cutting stones. I don't see a reason to get all bent out of shape over it. I'm sorry for that. No, I'm not. I'm not apologizing at all. He wants to run second line, he can. That's fine by me. I have a little gnat flying in front of my face because my window was open earlier. Alright, so that seems fantastic. Do I just like play here now? I guess so. Just connect straight across the top of the board. I'm digging it. Did it in Sente too, so we'll settle here as well. This is a very, very light shape. We're not really interested in it so much. This is gonna get kind of ugly. If I play here, he plays here. I have to like Atari, and then he Ataris me back, and I take. And it kind of gets a little awkward, but it should be fine. Yeah, like I said, little awkward, but it should be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and poke on the outside. That way, maybe I do this one later. Who knows? But right now I'm alive. Hane. And I will back off so he can't take out my 1, 2, 3, 4 lines of territory. Now I have Sente again. I can either extend down. Yeah, that's the biggest move on the board right now, right? Just extend down. I mean, why not? He's a very aggressive chap. He's an aggressive chappy, it looks like. Trying to get like really all aggressive in here. Try to get really all aggressive in here. And we're just gonna combat that by not being aggressive at all. He should have taken, now I can extend again. I'm gonna connect here because it's a really, really strong cutting point. I don't want him to take. Here's something that I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna connect here and let him take that stone, just to make sure that there's no other cutting points in here. It's nice and solid. I now have Sente, so I'm gonna go into either a 2-space or a... Okay, this is the part where we pretend like the micro high Chinese is a thing. But essentially all I'm doing here, I don't think I even need comments in this game, right? I'm literally just boxing myself off. Because I've got my eye on what's large. Now we're going to expand. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and jump. We'll jump. Jump, jump, jump. And then turn, all nice and soft. Now, I'm not going to play here, because I'm interested in developing the middle, so I am going to shoulder hit this. I'm being consistent with my other stones. The Hane here I think is proper, because if he cuts, I can Atari and then extend, and then he's got a weak group here and a weak group here. That point, I think one of them dies. That's just all there is to it. But we're going to go and drop back instead, play a little bit more basic. I'll go ahead and kick. Just going to keep him out of the middle of the area. That's all we really care about, right? That's all we care about. I don't think it really matters which way we play, either here or here. I'm going to go ahead and play this one. Now there's like cutting points and whatnot. Sure, I'll defend. There's this one and this one too. So this gets really crazy. I'm going to take this one. I could have Atari'd first, technically. If I play here, he's going to play here and then do this one and then take that. I don't really want that to happen, so I'm going to play here instead. He can't go above 3 liberties. So this is completely fine. I am not getting into a ko here, so I'm just going to go ahead and connect. No reason to ko. No reason to ko whatsoever. Alright, so clearly I'm in a little bit of a... It's a spot of bother here. I'm going to offer to connect up to my other group. He declined that one. So now I'm just going to connect. See how easy that was? See how easy that was? My group was in trouble. Didn't even sweat it. Just like, okay, this is what's going on. I need to be safe. Can I connect? No. Can I connect? Absolutely. I've got an eye here, so I'm alive. So let's see if I can't maybe cut off his one stone with a little bit of a pokey action. Seems fine. Okay. If he cuts me here, I drop down here and he's dead with the 3. Alright, he cut me there, so I drop down here with the 3. So those are now mine. This guy feels a little bit on the soft side. Yeah, even. About 10 wins, 10 losses. These can't go anywhere, so they are now in fact dead. That is a ladder. That is still a ladder. That is not going to falsify my ladder. Go ahead and take. And this cut goes nowhere. Okay, the cut now goes somewhere. Should be fine though. Okay. Now we talk about how to kill this, which is a complete wrong idea. There is no overarching thing you have to think about to kill it. Besides, don't let him surround weird stuff. So there's maybe some Maji here. Bam. Not gonna Hane, not gonna create cutting points. Nice little happy bamboo. Take out his table shape point. Not gonna Hane and create cutting points. Still not gonna create cutting points. It's about the only way they really managed to get something there. This is all connected, so we don't really care. Instead, we're going to poke here. And then do a little poke here. Make sure that there's no weird eyes that are going to form here anytime soon. And only after we do all of that will I go back and connect. Same idea here. If he cuts, bop, 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 he's dead. Okay. Sure, why not? Okay. So as you can see here, he doesn't seem to have a single eye. I'm going to do something I don't need to do. I'm going to poke here. Make sure that he can't do anything weird. There was getting a little bit of close there. Now nothing. Don't have to worry about a ting. Don't have to worry about that ting, brah. Don't want that happening. And now I'm going to just drop down. Make sure he can't try to go underneath. Make sure there's no weird eye shapes in here. Just like so. This is now dead in Gote, because if he plays here, I can play here. If he plays here, I can play here. If he takes, I could even falsify that. So no problems whatsoever, therefore just going to go off into his corner now. And then at the start, I mentioned I can Hane here. Let's go ahead and do that. I think this move on the left-hand side is larger. Uh-oh. Yeah, see, like, they have some tricky stuff that they can do to try to connect and make positions strange, but it's not going to bite. That's, like, all just bait, you know? It's just bait. There's some pretty cool endgame stuff you can do. Like, I can Atari here. If he connects, if he drops down, I can connect here. If he takes, I can Atari here. I'm not actually fighting this Ko. I'm just taking once to see where he plays. Okay. Like I said, I have no intention of fighting that Ko. See where he plays next. Okay. Unfortunately, that's not a thing. I'm sorry. Can play here now. I won the Ko.
Starts.
Okay. I've got an eye here and clearly an eye there. Nothing weird going on here. God, I'm feeling a little bit bad about this, but my endgame is on point. Do you see a next large endgame point? Do you see it? Who sees large endgame point? I'll give you a minute. I'll give you a hot minute to find it. Where is the next, aside from the fact that we can, like, totally kill this group? It's the clamp again. If he drops down, we take. But yeah, pretty sure we can play here into something like this one, into just hitting there, and then this group is dead. Okay. A little bit small there. Anywho, let's just go ahead and end this game. And I will see you in review. Alright, so game ended and I won by 94.5, which is slightly insane. That was a little crazy, not gonna lie. But alright, we didn't do anything unusual. I think part of the problem began when he opened up with his 3-4 as white facing me. That's a really tough thing to actually do, to be honest, because a lot of the normal responses just feel a lot stronger, because like just taking territory, for example, just feels that much stronger when you're backing off to your own corner, and then white's like low on the left-hand side. Really, really easy for black to just grow and use all of his stones together, and not so much for white. And pincers, they don't feel that great either. I mean, you jump out, you're on the second line now, then you get pincered, forcing you to jump, and now it's like, oh, I want to play here, but he's growing here, and do I keep taking 2 points at a time? This is getting ridiculous. And yeah, you get the idea. Like, someone is going to be making way more points than the other person. So there's a lot of just really, really uncomfortable things that are involved in here. I'm not saying it's impossible to do. It is possible to do. It is a fine move, but only if you have the fine follow-ups for it. Those are really, really, really important. So what are the important follow-ups for, you might ask? Well, that's a really good question. Thank you for that. We're not really going to go into it. Suffice to say, he is right that you 9 times out of 10 ignore the approach and do something else. Or you back off. But alright, he played here. Just played very, very calm moves. That's a very weird one. I think he expected me to, like, play here. Like, maybe something like this is what he usually sees from his opponents, which, you know, makes sense. That's what he normally sees, but we're not going to get bogged down into that. Instead, we're going to play the next largest move, which was boom, boom, boom. Growing, grabbed a base. He tried to cut us, but unfortunately, our shape is fantastic. Making sure that we're leaning to make ourselves stronger. It'd be so easy to just be like, I don't want you to cut me here. And then suddenly, like, oh god, what's gonna happen here? Who even knows? So we get caught in those mistakes. Instead, we just defend, 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 and then that looks like a huge wall. I will take it. Now, at this point, white has no chance to win the game, which is very unfortunate. But top territory is just not going to equal enough in any stretch of the imagination. Plus the weak cutting stones to deal with, the right that can be developed. It's just too much. This game is already done. If you plug it into Leela's probably going to be like, yeah, this game is done. Alright. Since I actually took a second to mention that in the review, I just had to verify that what I said was accurate, and as you can see here, yeah, Leela says that black has a 98.2% chance to win this game at this point. And the reason for that is quite simple. The top just isn't worth very much territory, and the sheer amount of thickness that you've given your opponent is, yeah, that's just it. That's the end of the game. That is a GG if I have ever heard one. So, yeah, even the bots are like, yeah, this stuff up here, not very good. So yeah, at that point, we just settled our groups, kept taking the big moves, and that's really what the whole series is about. It's making sure that you're not getting in trouble, you got your eye on the large points, you're not getting suckered into the weird life and death stuff that your opponent keeps trying to force down your throat. And yeah, not bad. Only fighting over the things that are in fact worth fighting over. Hope you liked its simplicity. As always, I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.